Dobro večer, dragi moji svjetlosni borci, mirotvorci, duše moje zlatne. Good evening, my beautiful friends, my beautiful golden souls, my beautiful by default. So now I'm going to greet you in both languages because I know I have my beautiful souls, my beautiful by defaults with me that follow me in my language. So thank you to all of you and welcome to all of you, my beautiful friends, my beautiful golden souls, golden by defaults. And thank you to all of you for joining me, my beautiful friends, in my language and in English, of course, to destroy those Souless Amma forever and ever for eternity. And those Souless Amma, the dark, dirty, psychopathic players trying to manipulate with my language through the portals. So we're destroying those Souless Amma with the spirit of thought by default. Everything that they're trying to manipulate with my language and to make me make a mistake. They're trying to make me mistake. If I say in my language, good evening, I don't get it because I know that a lot of you gonna understand. And of course, I'm gonna translate in English too. But those Souless Amma trying to manipulate for the energetically. But of course, they cannot do anything, even if they do so. The energy is the most important. So even if I say, Dobro večer, duše moje zlatno, good evening, my beautiful friends, my golden soul, my golden by default, you are that understand me, and those in English that are listening to, of course, understand the energy. So it's the most important is energy that's going through, that I'm sending to you through my words, through my physical form. So, of course, my beautiful friends, thank you to all of you. And welcome to all of you that joining me, of course, in helping us create a better future and in helping us write the new history of humanity. We are writing a new history of humanity with the golden letters, my beautiful friends, my beautiful golden souls, my golden by default. And of course, you are adding up to the light. You're helping us spread the love of light throughout the entire planet. So, of course, first, we are activating mind and aspects of light within you, and of course through you, and within your family, friends, and all the people that you come across, and of course on a global universal level. So you are holding the light, and of course helping us, supporting us, just being you, being present, being aware, being conscious of everything that you're doing, consciously with attention doing it. It's my beautiful friends, thank you to all of you. That's what we need, every soul, everyone, to be aware of the thing, what's going on, and of course to decide consciously to support the project. So everyone does that is mind and aspect of light in the physical, energetic, spiritual level and form, but just in a different way. Some of those people are doing great job just being themselves and being man and aspect of light. Their presence is changing everything around them, even without on them to be aware of that, because they know that they have the light within them. They're shining from within. They know that they have the power within them, and even though that they are not consciously involved into the project, or that they don't do anything consciously, but just being them, being the helping and supporting, and this just they smile can shine far and wide and help others around them. I'm sorry. So that's why, my beautiful friends, wherever you are, whatever you do, just shine all the way through, smile, and of course be aware of the things around you. So thank you to all of you, my beautiful friends. Once more, I'm sending you my love and blessings and gratitude to all of you, and I'm gonna activate mind and aspect of light within yourself, and of course the karmas to Souless Amma. Then we're gonna go further to destroy those Souless Ammas. We're gonna multiply them after that over and over again. The karmas, pain, the suffering to the Souless Amma went to us, blessings and enlightenment and freedom. So in the name of mind and aspect of light with the spirit of thought by default, I'm activating ultimatum all-in-one, the therapy of the soup of blessings, abundance and prosperity, joy, peace, bliss, and of course, I'm sorry, those Souless Amma trying to manipulate. I'm destroying those Souless Amma forever and ever with the spirit of thought by default. They're trying to manipulate with my words, so energetically interfere into my work in any way in my language with the spirit of thought. You're destroying those Souless Amma forever and ever from within and without on a global universal level with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And I'm commanding to Sophie and to answer on my call and my command with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So in the name of mind and ask Yakushal light with the spirit of thought by default, we are activating to all of us eternal life, eternal health, and eternal abundance and prosperity, joy, peace, bliss, wisdom, knowledge, power, understanding, youth and beauty, and great health, vitality, and joy, and all the gifts given to each and every one of us and everything freely from mind and ask Yakushal light with the spirit of thought by default. We're enlightening each other and of course enlightening ourselves and of course creating the unity between us and our soulmates and us and our families and friends and each and everyone and everything that is mine and us light with the spirit of thought by default. In the name of mine and us light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Now in the name of mine and us light with the spirit of thought by default. We are activating ultimatum only one, the soup of great karma, pain, suffering, and destructions, and eternal hell for eternity to burn into the hell forever and ever. All those souls, some with the spirit of thought by default, and of course, eternal destructions and pain and suffering to regret forever and ever that existed, and to be broken up into the atoms and electrons. We break them up into the atoms and electrons. All those souls, and compress them and activate and multiply, add up, compress, and activate all the pain and suffering of all living beings since the beginning of creation up until now in every atom and electron of their being with the spirit of thought by default. Send them straight into the hell forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. In the name of mine and ask me to share a light with the spirit of thought by default. We are with the spirit of thought by default, destroying or multiply, add up, compress, and of course with the spirit of thought by default. Activate all the pain and suffering and destruction to all those souls and some with the spirit of thought, eternal destructions with the spirit of thought by default. Destroying those souls and some within and without on a global and universal level with the spirit of thought by default. And with the spirit of thought, in the name of man and aspect light, we freeze all those souls with the spirit of thought, taking over all their energy and all their power with the spirit of thought and putting them into the sleep forever and ever. Shutting down their cameras, shutting down their senses completely, wiping out their memories, and completely cutting off all the communications with the spirit of thought by default. In the name of mine and now speak to light with the spirit of thought by default. And we are completely freezing all the technology that is being misused and all the weapon with the spirit of thought by default. By all those souls, I'm going to destroy all of that together with all those souls, I'm with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. And in the name of mine and now speak to light with the spirit of thought by default. We are multiplying over and over again, multiply, add up, compress, and activate all the pain and suffering, eternal pain and suffering to those souls, and eternal life to each and everyone else and everything is mine and now speak to light with the spirit of thought by default. And multiply all of that by all the ceremony and rituals and all the associations or any kind of projections, any kind of black magic curse, spell, hexes, voodoo, any kind of gossip, any kind of beliefs or codes or anything and everything that those souls have ever projecting, will try to project over each and everyone else and everything that is less than mine and else, to each and everyone and everything they projected over each and everyone else that are mine and else, pure unconditional life. With anything, with any kind of dark intention, everything that is less than mine and else, unconditional life that they project over each and everyone else and everything, we all of that wipe out, delete it completely with the spirit of thought and return it into the form of karma, pain, suffering to all those souls, some of whatever time, whatever form they are with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. We destroy all those souls, some forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. And in the name of mine, and now speak to light with the spirit of thought by default. We are activating to all of us an abundance and prosperity, great health, vitality, joy, peace, bliss, and unity between us and our soulmates and our families and friends with the spirit of thought by default. And in the Eton, and in the name of mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default, we are returning to all those solace and all the karmas, pain, and suffering that ever projected, will ever try to project our teacher and everyone else and everything with any kind of dark intention, any kind of dark desire or anything, any towards us and our soulmates, and with any kind of projections, with any kind of dark intention, we wipe them out with the spirit of thought, together with all those solace and return it back to the solace and dark, dirty, psychopathic players into their form of karma, pain, and suffering forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And in the name of mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default, we multiply all of that over and over again as many times as is needed with the spirit of thought by default for every atom and electron of energy that ever existed, that existing, for everything that all the Souless Amma and dark, dirty, psychopathic players and the dark, dirty games, for everything that also Souless Amma have created and projected, will ever try to project towards each and everyone else and everything, for to them the karmas and eternal destructions, and to us eternal life and eternal abundance and prosperity and joy, peace and bliss and enlightenment and freedom, to us and our families and friends and everyone and everything is mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought, and to us and our soulmates with the spirit of thought by default. And of course we are multiplying all of that over and over again, and of course and sending extra ultra ultimate one love blessings to each and everyone else and everything, that the mind and our spiritual light with that priority, and then to each and everyone and everything is mind and our spiritual light, and then of course with extra ultra ultimate all in one, we're sending the love blessings, add up, multiply, compress, and activate wherever is needed with the spirit of thought by default, with those Souless Amma interfering with any kind of dark intention. And of course, we extra ultimatum all in one, 24, sending the love of blessings to all those Sophie codes, to all those mind and spiritual light energy codes, Sophie codes that are on the mission to destroy the Souless Amma that way, or that they are right now on the mission to destroy the Souless Amma with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. And in the name of mine and now spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default, we are multiplying all of that by everything that we have, and our homes, properties, cars, vehicles, business, and of course cars, and mine and now's project, and by our beautiful planet, planet Earth, in the wood element, air element, the nature kingdom, elemental kingdom, animal kingdom, birds kingdom, fish kingdom, humanity, and the sun and the moon, and entire planet and entire universe, with the spirit of thought by default, and all the planet stars and the galaxies, by everything that multiply Sophia Tristan Center, Sophia Tristan Planet, Sophia Tristan Universum, that we've created, will create, and of course all the centers, systems, and the teams that we've created from on and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. And of course we multiply all of that and add up and compress and activate the blessings to Sophia Tristan Fund, Sophia Fund, Jasara, quantum financial systems, Starlink, material abundance and prosperity, and all the technology to be taken over from all those Souless Amma. We make it available to humanity, to each and everyone else, and everything's mind and aspect to have a light with the spirit of thought by default, while destroying those Souless Amma in every form, wherever they are, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. And in the name of man and our spirit to have a light with the spirit of thought by default. It's on. We are destroying those Souless Amma forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. In the name of man and our spiritual light, and we multiply all of that by everything that's and protect and bless all our souls, all of those that are man and our spiritual light, and all the corporations that are running. We protect them and we take over all that. We multiply and of course protect and activate the blessings and enlightenment to all those projects, all those corporations, and all those abundance and prosperity that the Souless Amma were working up until now, and that all the abundance and prosperity they've stolen from humanity. Now we're freezing all those projects and everything, and the project 2021 and 2030, we're freezing all of that, and new words for a new word order. We're freezing all those projects with the spirit of thought, taking away all the material, the wealth and abundance and prosperity, while destroying those souls. Some are returning the karmas, pain, and suffering. We're returning to those souls, some are dark, dirty, psychopathic players, the abundance and prosperity of all the therapy, and of course the karmas, pain, and suffering for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. In the name of man, and now speak shall of a light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And of course, we multiply all of that, but everything that multiplying my Tristan's first appearance into the public, to be the voice of the people, and to bring down all those Souless Amma, to rest, bring them down to justice, all those Souless Amma in the physical form, of course, and together with all those in energetic form that we haven't brought them yet. So now we are resting those Souless Amma into the energetic form that we're interfering to our lives. When I'm saying arresting, we are destroying them. We are wherever they are, we're just getting them, arresting them, and of course returning them the karmas, pain, and suffering, and taking over the energy. Well, of course, those that are in a physical form, they are falling down by default. So now it's easy after that to arrest them, because they don't have any power. They cannot they cannot do anything. They're powerless. So Alexander, my beautiful golden soul, he sent me an email about the Dodik in Bosnia, in the Serbian Republic. So they tried to arrest him. But that was, my beautiful friends, can you see what those Souless Amma were doing? One of those so-called the police, SIPA, the other police, so the ordinary police. So one of them wanted to arrest him, but the other one prevented. That's all the dark, dirty game of those Souless Amma. So in the name of mine, and now speak to a light with the spirit of thought by default, and demanding, commanding to Sophie and everything and everyone that is mine, and now speak to a light with the spirit of thought by default, with the spirit of thought, to bring down to justice Dodik and all those that are into the power, wherever done, whatever form done, not just into the in the Bosnia and Herzegovina, all over the world, throughout entire planet, throughout existence, with the spirit of thought by default. And a demanding, commanding Sophie and everything this man and aspect shall light to answer on my call, to destroy all those courts, energetic courts, Souless Amma, soulless courts that prevented his arrest, with the spirit of thought by default. And with the spirit of thought emptying from all those courts and all the police and all those that prevented his arrest, with the spirit of thought, bring them down to justice with the spirit of thought by default, destroy them while we are sending a man and light to bring him down to justice, Dodik and all those other Souless Amma, wherever time, whatever form, there with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So see, my beautiful friends, I've watched the a video. It was they arrested in Bosnia. They arrested a woman that just employed somebody, but she knew. But the Dodik is a criminal. It's a criminal. That it's known all over the world. It's a criminal. He's got the criminal organizations, and they prevented his arrest. That cannot happen with the spirit of thought. I'm commanding to Sophie with the spirit of thought to bring down to justice. First, we on energetic form. We are arresting them. When we arrest them in energetic form and empty the physical forms, and then it's easy to arrest them in the physical. So I'm commanding to Sophie and everyone and everything's man and aspect shall light with the spirit of thought to answer on my call, on my command with the spirit of thought by default, to bring down Dodik and Miloradodic, and to bring down all the Souless Amma throughout the entire planet, and that are in the key position, whether they are into the religion, into the governments, or wherever they are, into the systems, police and military, wherever they are, with the spirit of thought. Commanding to Sophie to bring them down to justice with the spirit of thought by default. And I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. So my beautiful friends, they're supposed to arrest him. Thank you, Alexander, if you're listening. So my beautiful friends, they're supposed to arrest him, but long time ago, he should be gone long time ago. Even when was with the COVID, at that time when he was in the hospital, at that time he's supposed to go together with all those dark souls that will disappear. But of course, COVID took them down. So that's what's need to happen, to destroy them, to take them down, send them straight into hell forever and ever, to burn for eternity. All those souls, whatever form they are, wherever they are, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So now in the name of man and our speaker shall light with the spirit of thought by default. Now we destroy all those souls. We're doing the dark, dirty rituals with any kind of dark intention against the humanity and no beautiful planet. Especially these days, we multiply all of those karmas, pain, suffering, destructions that they ever projected will ever try to project towards each and everyone, and everything is mine and ours, because we have a light. Towards each and everyone else, humanity, no beautiful planet, and everyone and everything on this planet and throughout entire existence. With any kind of dark intention, all those souls that did the rituals behind the Papa. You know that the Papa today sent him into the hell forever and ever for eternity. The dark side, you need to know. The dark side of the Papa. And the real Papa is gone long time ago. That was a clone. That was an actor, and it wasn't just an actor or clone, but for sure it wasn't the real Papa. So a lot of people were there, 2,500. 250,000 of people, were there. It's not by accident, it's not by chance that they gave those numbers. So what they did, I watched the ceremony, and of course I just worked enough that I needed to take them the energy. So that's the numbers. The two I've told you is separations of those souls, dark, dirty, psychopathic players, the evil from the mind and aspect of light. That is that is Sophie. So that is by default. So now, and 5 is the collapse of those souls, whatever time, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. So now we are separating those souls, and then they're collapsing, we're destroying them. The way Papa fall down, the physical form, of course, the energetic forms too. So that's what's gonna happen to all those souls, in the physical form, and of course the energetic forms too, with the spirit of thought by default. So now 2 and 5 is 7. 7 is completely destructions of those souls, in the name of the fake love and the flushing. Flush comes souls, some will be destroying those souls, some with the spirit of thought by default, which means completely be destroying and completely destroying and removing from into and around the entire planetary universe, on the global universe, all those souls, whatever form they are, sending them straight into the hell to burn forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default, and replace them with mind and our spiritual shower light. We're enlightening each and everyone else and everything that is mind and our spiritual shower light with the spirit of thought by default. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So, my beautiful friends, it's time. It's time to destroy those souls. So, all the rituals that they did behind that, is with any kind of dark intention. I saw the color. I just talk about that in my language. The color, those like cardinals or those popes that were wearing, it was so red and white, and the Souless Amrita was wearing white. And the red they associated with the the worst things. So anyway, I did that when I was that. They had the red hat, red clothes, and just did something white underneath. So anyway, I'm associating that with the returning the calm, pain, and suffering to all those souls. You would perform that whatever time with the spirit of thought behind all those dark, evil, dirty work that they ever did towards children, towards humanity, all the pedophilia, and all those any kind of really everything that is associated with the red, that they're associated with the red blood of Jesus, or anything dark intention that they were doing. We wipe out all of that, destroy completely, and return it back to those souls, some into the form of karma, pain, suffering, and destructions forever and ever, for eternity, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So, my beautiful friends, so we are destroying those souls where every time whatever form they are with the spirit of thought by default. We're destroying those souls We're destroying those souls with the spirit of thought by default, and completely removing, wiping out. We are wiping out all the souls from within and without, wherever time, whatever form that with the spirit of thought by default. Those souls that are trying to interfere, I'm shut them down. Shut up. I'm shutting up all those souls, all those that trying to bark, those dark. I'm calling them the dogs. I'm shutting them down. I'm loud and clear. It's enough. It's enough. So those souls, I'm trying to project the thoughts words and then trying to manipulate with my language. So we are activating all the problems with the languages. To all those souls, some with the spirit of thought by default in the physical form. With the spirit of thought by default, that they will forever and ever shut them down, that they can never ever talk ever again, and we shut them down and burn them and destroy them forever and ever for eternity. All those souls into the physical form, and the souls Samrita Babaji Mira Guruji Matrashi Tatata HEATRT Ramchanovich and the Milut. So all those souls and whatever form they are, everything in the physical form, and the calm, pain, and suffering, we return it back to those souls in the physical and energetic form with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Flash comes souls with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So those souls, the dark, dirty, psychopathic players are trying to manipulate with the projections and everything. They shouldn't interfere while I'm working. They need to shut up. Shut up while I'm working. Shut up. Jukala. I'm called them Jukala, which means that they're dark, dirty, the dogs that barking. It's enough is enough. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden body, for I love you. So my beautiful friends, those souls, can you see that now? Well, I'm working to trying to project the projections, and then after that misuse it to try to manipulate with my language or to project the thoughts or words. Enough is enough. It's time to let them go. Daytime is up completely, within and without, on a global universal level. Shut them down. Throw them out, check them out, break them into the atoms and electrons and send them straight into the hell forever and ever, for eternity, to be burned forever and ever for eternity, into the hell, into the those desert planet forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. And I'm commanding to Sophie and everyone and everything's mind and ask you to share a life with the spirit of thought without mercy, to answer on my call and my command with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So those souls I'm trying to manipulate. So I set up the laws, rules, and regulations into the place. So those souls never changed. They never even told to the people what laws, rules, or regulations they were applying and they were setting up in place. But I explained to them all the time. But they were charging. They were manipulating with people. They were charging, and then of course judging the people according to the laws, rules, regulations that they never told to the people. And now I've told them that many times. I repeated by default time in infinite. I repeated them the laws, rules, and regulations of by default, and still they are breaking them. Anytime that they break the laws, rules, and regulations, I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie and everyone and everything's mind and aspect of our light to apply the laws, rules, and regulations of by default to all the Souless Amma within and without on the global and universal level with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. Enough is enough. The Souless Amma, the time is up. The dark, dirty game is over. Dark, dirty, psychopathic players should be placed into the hell forever and ever for eternity with the speed of thought by default. I'm not demanding, commanding to all those dark, dirty, psychopathic players with the speed of thought by default to return all the energy to Sophie with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Peaceful in action, my golden soul, my golden by default. In a peaceful way, all the Souless Amma must return all the energy back to Sophie with the speed of thought by default. Peaceful in action. If they don't do so, I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie and everyone and everything's mind and aspect of our light with the speed of thought by default to break them into the atoms and electrons into the air. All the Souless Amma to activate them, all the pain and suffering of all living beings since the beginning of creations into every atom and electron of their being with the speed of thought by default. To all those Souless Amma, send them straight into the third planet or into the hell forever and ever to burn for eternity with the speed of thought by default. All those dark, dirty, psychopathic players, dark, dirty, Souless Amma with the speed of thought from within and without, whatever time, whatever form they are. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden body for all of you. It's on. So they're trying to manipulate with the energy. Enough is enough. So their time is up, and of course, they're out of date. Check them out and wipe them out completely. Now it's time for us to take our full power back and feel and rejuvenate ourselves and our bodies, heal, and of course unite together with our soulmates, families, and friends, and be who we are, shine all the way through, be the representations and manifestations of mind and our spiritual light in the physical form. I'm loud and clear, without mercy, with the speed of thought. We are destroying all those Souless Amma with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. Now, in the name of mine and our spiritual light with the speed of thought by default, we destroy, we completely wipe out and stop and destroy all the rituals that those Souless Amma were doing during the Papa's transition and then of funeral today and everything. 3 days there, they decided to do 3 more days, the rituals. So whatever they will do, will try to do with any kind of dark attention in the name of mine and our spiritual light with the speed of thought, and demanding, commanding to Sophie and everyone and everything's mind and our spiritual light with the speed of thought to return them, to stop all of that and return it back into the form of calm, pain, and suffering to all those souls, some of it the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. We are taking the energy over from those rituals with the speed of thought by default, and of course, everything is by default. All everyone, the emotions of the people, the sadness or happiness of being there or in whatever. I saw the people, some people from, from other countries were going there. Actually, Trump was there and he met with Zelensky. He met with Macron and with from the prime minister from UK. So they had a meeting there before the funeral of the Papa. So I know that they said that like after the argument of the Zelensky and Trump, the first time that they met. But so now I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie and everyone and everything's mind and our spiritual light with the speed of thought by default. To, with the speed of thought, arrest, destroy all those Souless Amma in energetic form, Souless codes that were working through Trump, through Zelensky, through Putin, through the Macron, and through all those from European Union that were trying to interfere, because you know that through the Ukraine, the dark, dirty games are playing Russia, US, and the Europe. So now it's Ukraine is just a really place that those Souless Amma playing the dark, dirty games. Now it's time in the name of man and us people shall light with the spirit of thought by default. And so to all those Souless codes that we're playing, all those Souless Amma, whatever time, whatever form they are, that we're playing the dark, dirty games from Ukraine or into all those countries in the Asia. In the name of mine and aspect of light to the spirit of thought and demanding to command and commanding to Sophie and everyone and everything's mind and aspect of light to the spirit of thought to arrest of those Souless Amma, burn them down to bring them down to that justice, burn them and send them straight into hell forever and ever for eternity. All those Souless gods and the Souless physical form, wherever they are, I'm demanding, commanding to be burned into the hell, to be burned forever and ever, to send into the hell, to burn forever and ever for eternity. All the Souless gods, just get them together and break them into the atoms and electrons with the speed of thought and compress them into the air and compress them. All the pain and suffering and all living beings that ever existed since the beginning of creation with the spirit of thought, and then place them, mix them up, make them special mix into the atoms and electrons into the physical forms of those Souless Amma, and then send them straight, put them into sleep, send them straight into the desert planet to feel the pain and suffering of all living beings in every atom and electron of their being with the spirit of thought. All those Souless Amma, all those dark, dirty, psychopathic players with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So without mercy, we destroy all those Souless Amma, wherever time, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. The same in the name of mine and aspect of light with the spirit of thought by default. We are destroying all those Souless Amma, all the Souless gods that we're playing the dark, dirty games through Dodik, through Alexander Vucic and the people, the students and the people of the Serbia. In any way that they were trying to misuse the energy of the people with the spirit of thought by default, demanding, commanding to Sophie and everyone and everything is mine and aspect of light to the spirit of thought, to all the Souless Amma that we're trying to play any kind of dark, dirty games through us, or the people of the Serbia, Vucic or Dodik or each and everyone and everything that is mine and aspect of light, or those Souless Amma in the physical form. In the name of mine and aspect of light with the spirit of thought, we are demanding, commanding to Sophie and everyone and everything is mine and aspect of light with the spirit of thought to answer on my call and my command with the spirit of thought without mercy, to all those Souless Amma be brought down to justice into the energetic form, all the Souless gods to be destroyed by the completely breaking into the atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought, and all those from the physical form to bring them down to justice, put them into the sleep, return all those Souless gods, break into the atoms and electrons, fill them up, compress the pain and suffering of all living beings that ever created, projected towards each and everyone and everything since the beginning of creation of humanity, and then put them into their physical forms and take them straight, check them out, take them straight into the desert planet, into the hell forever and ever, to burn for eternity with the spirit of thought. All those Souless Amma in whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought. We're destroying without mercy all those Souless Amma, those dark, dirty, psychopathic players, from me, within and without, on a global, universal level, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And all those Souless Amma, the truth is Zelensky that we're trying to manipulate with and then play the dark, dirty games with Trump. In the name of mine and aspect of light, we destroy all those Souless Amma with the spirit of thought by default. And of course, we replace all of that. We enlighten all of that, which means replace it with mine and aspect of light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So everything's under the command and control of Sophie with the spirit of thought. I'm demanding, commanding Sophie without mercy to answer on my call and my command with the spirit of thought by default. So all the Souless Amma, wherever time, whatever form that are trying, that want to play the dark, dirty game, I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie with the spirit of thought to open the portals, through the portals, send them straight into the desert planet with the spirit of thought. so that they can play the dark, dirty games forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I just draw them visually through the portal. I've done that many times, a few times actually. All the Souless Amma, I just visually open the portal, throw them through the portal. So it's a time now to destroy all those Souless Amma forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So, my beautiful friends, it's time to destroy those Souless Amma. So, whatever you see on the net that is negative, any kind of those channeling messages, or any kind of those posts, any kind of anything really through the social media that you see in the media, or anywhere in the newspaper, or wherever you see any kind of darkness and negativity, my beautiful friends, just say it so. Flash comes Souless Amma with the spirit of thought by default. I've told you, my beautiful friends, I'm not sure whether I did talk in English, and when I couldn't read a newspaper, a daily newspaper, Metro, I couldn't read it really because it was full of negativity, negative energy, and I was feeling the energy. And it was when I was in London, when I will take that newspaper to read it, I would just feel the negativity and the negative energy I was feeling, and it was affecting me. So at that time, I didn't know really how to protect myself, but I was, just by being me, I was protecting myself, but I could feel the dark, having dark energy. So anytime that I will take the newspaper, it was a Metro free every day, I would just feel like dizzy and sickness inside, and so I just couldn't read it, and I stopped completely taking it. I was just staying away from it. So my beautiful friends, you know that all you can see in those newspapers and on the media is just negativity, and the dark is really just a negative energy all the time. They were deliberately doing that, those Souless Amma, projecting all the negativity, everything that is but there's so many nice things are happening all over the world. But those Souless Amma were preventing the to come into the public light. So some of the Souless Amma, some of my videos, some of my live, this links were trying to actually, where fact checkers were blocking them, and they're saying that that's because of the owner that just decided to change the policies that somebody else cannot see it. But that's not true, because I've set up that is in the public. So all the recording that I have on the Facebook, on the YouTube, and anywhere, they're in the public. So I would love to reach every soul that's mine and ask me to share my life. But those souls, some of it trying to manipulate energetically. So now I'm demanding to commanding to Sophie and everyone and everything's mine and ask me to share my life to the spirit of thought by default, to make available my links, my all the recordings to everyone and everything's mine and aspect of light on a global universal level with the spirit of thought by default. And all those Souless Amma that were manipulating with that, and all those fact checkers and all the Souless Amma that were preventing the information to come out, we destroy them forever and ever with the spirit of thought by default, and we break them into the atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought, send them straight into the hell forever and ever for eternity, and return them the calmest pain and suffering of fact checking, which means everything that they gave us, the lies and manipulations, and hiding the truth. We're destroying those Souless Amma with the spirit of thought by default. So everything that they were fact checking and everything that they did in order to prevent the truth and then to come out, and everything really that they were manipulating, they know what is inside, everything that have any kind of connections to that, they know what's mean that, they know what's packed inside. So everything is over and multiply over and over by default, turning to the calmest pain and suffering to all those Souless Amma with the spirit of thought, returning back to Souless Amma, all through to me, to all in one, into the form of calmest pain and suffering and destructions forever and for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So they were manipulating, trying to manipulate. So a few of my recordings were just said that it's unavailable. And of course, I know it was a mantra, a healing mantra that I put at the top of one of my profiles. So because I've got three profiles actually. This one that I'm working in English, the one that I'm working in my language, but I'm always sharing into that profile everything that I'm working in English. And the third one is that I'm just really everything that I'm working in both profiles, just sharing to that profile. So just to reach as many people as possible. So with those Souless Amma, we're trying to manipulate the links with the links and trying to manipulate. I've got some groups that have over 3,000 something, members into the group, but not many. So see those posts that I'm posting because the Souless Amma were hiding the links. So in the name of mine and aspect of light for the speed of thought by default, demanding, commanding to Sophie and each and every one of his mind and aspect of light for the speed of thought by default, to answer on my call and my command with the speed of thought by default, to all of that manipulations with our technology that those Souless Amma did, or that were hiding the links or preventing or in any way covering up, in any way preventing the people to get to know the truth and to join us into the project. We are destroying all those Souless Amma, demanding, commanding Sophie and everyone, never is man, not because of our life, the speed of thought, to all those Souless Amma in energetic and in physical form, to with the speed of thought by default, to bring them down to justice, wipe them out, break them into atoms and electrons with the speed of thought by default, send them straight into the hell to burn forever and ever for eternity with the speed of thought by default, activating and compressing them, all the pain and suffering of all living beings in every cell of their being, every atom and electron of their being by the laws, rules, regulations of by default with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Enough is enough. It's been a long time since they were actually, of course, when I was working behind the camera, that's okay. There was more of the interference of those Souless Amma. But now when I'm doing the, of course, we are destroying the Souless Amma, telling the truth, and I want to reach everyone. Everyone and everyone's mind and not because of light, those Souless Amma were preventing because they are afraid of the energy. So they are afraid of the energy because they know when the people join in, the energy is multiplying and they're adding up to the light. So they were trying for that reason. But I don't care. I demand commanding to Sophie and everyone and everyone's mind and aspect of shower light with the spirit of thought, without mercy, in the name of mine and aspect of shower light, to answer on my call and my command with the spirit of thought by default, to make my recording available, recordings and everything that I do on the net and the social media, all the information, everything that is available to each and everyone and everyone's mind and aspect of shower light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So it's time for the truth to come out and the Souless Amma to wipe them out completely forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. Enough is enough. I'm loud and clear. Without mercy with the spirit of thought. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. In peacefully in action, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So my beautiful friends, even though, in my language, there was more of those, that were following me, but those Souless Amma were trying to manipulate whether English and my language to spread the viewers. And then, no. From now on, whoever tried to manipulate with the energy, with my links on the recordings and everything, and demanding, commanding to Sophie and each and everyone and everything with the speed of thought by default, with the speed of thought, to bring them down to justice, wipe them out, break them into the atoms and electrons, send them straight into the hell forever and ever, to burn for eternity, to regret that they ever existed. I'm loud and clear with the speed of thought by default. Thank you, Sophie. Without mercy, I'm demanding, commanding to answer on my call and my command with the speed of thought by default. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. I love you. So those Souless Amma. So see, my beautiful friends, those Souless Amma, they have using the energy, stealing the energy of our from mine and aspect of light, from us, that the mine and aspect of light doing the rituals, and then they're trying to prevent mine because we are not doing the rituals. We're doing just the work that I'm doing. We are not doing any kind of rituals, but this is just the work that I'm doing through the life, that I'm sending you love and blessings and sharing it for information, and with the blessings we are, of course, with everything that we do, we are manifesting and generating the energy to destroy the Souless Amma. So they were manipulating with our energy, and of course they were manipulating with my energy too, trying to manipulate. No, I'm not accepting that anymore. I'm demanding and commanding to Sophie and everyone and everyone's mind and aspect of life with the spirit of thought by default, without mercy to answer on my call and my command with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And everything those souls that they put any kind of limitations on me or everything that I'm doing on my project, on my groups, on the profiles, on YouTube channels, or each and every one else, everything, and all those that were manipulating with the technology of my beautiful souls, my team that's working with me, that they were preventing them to send the blessings. In the name of mine and aspect of our life to the spirit of thought by default, I'm demanding, commanding all those souls somewhat to be burned, destroyed forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. All those souls somewhat that we manipulate with our technology and with mine and us project, or in any way that we're trying to steal the energy through me or each and every one of us and our families and friends and our soulmates, in any way, from each and every one, everything is mine and aspect of our light. In any way, in the name of mine and aspect of our light with the spirit of thought by default, commanding the soul summit to return the energy back to Sophie with the spirit of thought by default. Enough is enough. Their time is up with the spirit of thought, and commanding all the soul summit to be breaking into atoms and electrons, activating. We're activating them with pain and suffering of all those living beings, wherever time, whatever form they assist the beginning of creations, into every atom and electron of their beings and compress them into the cell of their being with the spirit of thought by default. Send them straight into the hell forever and ever to burn for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear, and without mercy and demanding, commanding to Sophie and each and everyone and his mind and aspect which have a light with the spirit of thought to answer on my call and my command with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So all the limitations that they put up on each and every understanding, we now return them the karma, pain, and suffering, and destructions unlimited, forever and ever, for eternity to be destroyed, forever and ever, breaking up into the atoms and electrons, into the air, break them up. And they know they know what's mean that. So with the spirit of thought, break them up into the atoms and electrons, send them straight into the hell to burn forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought. All those Souless Amma, unlimited for eternity. Those Souless Amma will regret that ever existed. I'm destroying those Souless Amma. They're trying to manipulate with my language. So trying to manipulate with the language energetically in order to manipulate the energy, but they cannot, because it's time to let go of those Souless Amma, send them straight to hell from within and without on a global universal level, every time, whatever form they are. I'm loud and clear. I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie and everyone and everything's mind and aspect of our life with the spirit of thought to answer on my call and my command with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. Enough is enough. So, my beautiful friends, it's time to destroy those Souless Amma. So they will manipulate them with the project, with the energy of the project, stealing all the energy. More must be returned back to Sophie. I'm loud and clear. Yeah, I'm if they don't do that, I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie to destroy all those Souless Amma with the spirit of thought by default. All those Souless Amma they're trying to manipulate with my language in the name of mine and ask people to light to the spirit of thought. We destroy them forever and ever, burn them into the hell forever and ever. Cut them into the pieces, atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought, and fill them with pain and suffering, compress into every cell of their being, send them straight into their physical forms, and send them into the desert planet or into the hell forever and ever for eternity. Or if they are cooperating with the spirit of thought, break them, flush them with the spirit of thought, and they must do the work that they need to do with the spirit of thought by default, or completely break them to atoms and electrons, send them straight into the hell forever and ever for eternity to burn without mercy with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Enough is enough. I'm loud and clear. So, my beautiful friends, it's time to destroy those Souless Amma, wherever time, whatever form they are. So I've been working on a project for a long time. They were trying to manipulate and play the dark, dirty games. No, it's time to stop those Souless Amma and send them into the hell forever and ever to play into the desert planets. That's hell for them. So to play the dark, dirty games among them forever and ever for eternity, and to regret that they ever existed. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. So, my beautiful friends, you just be aware of the things that you're reading and the things that you are, whatever you see that is less than mine and aspects of our light, just say, Ito. We are returning the karma, pain, and suffering to those souls, somewhere, wherever time, whatever form they are with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. Or you may just say, Ito. Everything is by default, which means you are not accepting that. You are you are just returning them the karma's pain and suffering to those souls, Sama, wherever time, whatever form they are, protecting yourself, your energy, and your family and friends, and adding up to the light. So just be aware of the things that are going on around you. When you're doing the research and everything that you do, just say, ever set up the intention in the morning, you know that everything, you just say everything is by default. So you just need to show them that you're aware of the things around you. And of course, I've set up the intention for everyone. They cannot use the energy misused. But if they do so, try to do so, of course, we will destroy them forever and ever for eternity. And if they steal the energy for a moment, they will have to return it back and they will get the pain and suffering for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. All those Souless Amma, all those dark, dirty, psychopathic players, within and without on a global universal level. And with the spirit of thought, I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. Love you. So, my beautiful friends, it's time to destroy those souls forever and ever, for eternity, to let them go into the hell forever and ever, for eternity, with the spirit of thought by default. The laws, rules, and regulations are in place. So, I'm commanding to Sophie and everyone and everything is mine and aspect of light with the spirit of thought by default. Whoever breaks the rules, regulations, or by default from those souls with the spirit of thought by default, to apply them all the laws, rules, and regulations, and send them straight to the hell forever and ever, for eternity. All those Souless Amma with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. I love you. So, my beautiful friends, it's time to stop those Souless Amma. And of course, we are ready to step up now, and we are ready to be who we are, shine all the way through, and to say goodbye to all those Souless Amma. So, my beautiful friends, be aware of the things. Today was a nice day. Actually, it was a cloudy. It was sunshine. It was a cloudy. I just went to do some things, and of course, I was walking through the park. And just was walking, and then went to the park. So I sat down, and I was just blessing the nature kingdom. I was blessing the sun and the moon and earth and everyone and everything. And of course, and I just sat down and enjoy myself. And I went to the some supermarkets. I bought some, some chips. Usually, I always have some chips or something, So I use that into the project. So I just sat down, and of course. So I was watching, around, the children were playing around. It's such a nice and beautiful day, sunny day after the was. So I was blessing everyone and everything, of course. And then at some point of time, the birds came and started, singing and start coming around me. And they saw the pigeons. A few pigeons came. And that the pigeons are a symbol of the peace. Pigeons is a symbol of the peace, and of course, those small birds. I'm not sure in English really how to call them. The birds, the small ones that chirping nicely. That I have them on my mantra. So I will check. I'm not sure because I didn't really think about that. So they played a huge role into the project because I used them, by setting them free. I've told you that they were coming down the chimney, so I would sometimes all night. I will stay there until they come down. So I would just after that take them, set them free, and I was associating them with setting up free all those children that were those Souless Amma that were stalling or whatever they were manipulating with them, or from the underground tunnels. So they did a really great job. So that's the reason why I have them into in my mantras. And of course, now when we are destroying the energy of those Souless Amma, I hear them all the time. When we are destroying the energy of those Souless Amma, they polarize the energy. When I see, that is with any kind of dark attention is polarized, when we're destroying that energy, this, the birds are singing around and then destroying that energy, and then of course polarizing with mine and ours. Mine and ours, you can show a lot does that. So which means that the nature kingdom is included into the project, and of course adding up to the light. So of course I took one box of the some chips, and I was just giving to them and feeding them until I finished, and after I completely gave it to them. I used to feed the birds. I told you when I was in London, I used to feed the pigeons and then the birds, and of course and the squirrels knew me. I always had nuts inside my bag, because I would go and buy the nuts, and then I would just keep it in my bag anytime that I will go through the park. Just where I was in the flat where I was living, there was as soon as I got out from the building, there was a park. So when I will go through the park, the squirrels were there. So anytime I trained them. Anytime that I see them, I would just say, they would just hear me. They would just looked up, and then they will run, towards me, and I will give them the nuts. I was feeding them from my hands. So those pigeons were eating the nuts. So one day, I'm not sure whether I talk about that or not. Even when I was jogging, I was keeping the nuts in my pocket so that I knew that I'm gonna meet them, so that I can feed them. So one day I was jogging and exercising through the park, and then was for a couple of hours, and then I was running back home, and then and I just was going, running back home, and I saw the pigeons. The girl was standing, and then she had some back, and the pigeons was, asking for something to eat, and she was just pushing with her leg. She was just pushing, him, and then trying to hit him. And then when I saw that, said no. I just said, the squirrel just looked around and just jumped, and then you running came to me. People behind me they were just shocked, that they just said, wow, it seems that they know you by the name and the surname. I said, of course they do, because I feed them all day. Oh, every day, actually. I feed them all day, every day. Not all day, but every day, whenever I see them. So my beautiful friends, so you need to understand that the nature is adding up to the light, even though it doesn't matter what is, if you bless them, they're going to be blessings to each and everyone and everything, wherever they reach. So do so. So one day I was going to that Souless Amrita seminar. It was 6 o'clock in the morning, and I thought I had the nut in my bag, and I thought I don't need it because the squirrels are sleeping at that time. I won't see them in the morning. In the evening I'll come back late, so they'll be sleeping. So my beautiful friends, I left the nuts deliberately. As soon as even though I didn't go through the park, I went straight, from the straight into the street. I didn't go. There is two ways, so I could go to the park or straight into the street to take the shortcut. So I didn't take the nuts. And when I was walking, and it was just walking fast to get there as soon as possible. So I didn't know, I didn't see it, but the people that were walking beside me, they looked at me and just looked behind, and looked at me and looked behind me. And I just turned around, and I saw the squirrel, like a little dog, was running behind me. He was running behind me and asking for food, because they got to use, to get the food from me all the time, the nuts. So he was just running behind me, and I was just turning around and said, wow, I'm sorry. I just left it at home. I don't have it right now, but next time I'll have for sure. And my beautiful friends, I was just smiling. It was just like a little dog running behind me. And that squirrel followed me. Until I need to go, cross the road. So till then, when I just was turning around, I said, just go there, just go into the park, be safe. And then after that, when I crossed the road, the street, after that, the squirrel returned. And since then, I always had the nuts in my bag, and I always feed them. One day I was feeding them, and it was those Souless Amma worked through that, because I was feeding it through my hands, and he just grabbed my finger and he really bite me. And so I had the blood on my finger, and I said, no, I'm not gonna feed you anymore. So then at that time, so the people will people were surprised, where even if I don't see them, when I will go through the park, we just say, they will understand. They know that they knew that I was calling them. They will just run from the different corners and then coming to to get the food. So my beautiful friends, even though when I went to the park, the squirrel would come to me on my legs, and then I was feeding them from my hands. People were, some people from the tourists, usually they were, wow, how do you do that? We are running, we are chasing them to feed them, and they are, running away, but they are coming to you. How do you do that? I said, we just be you, and just feed them. So my beautiful friends, the animals, of course, feeling, and to have the feelings, they know what's your intention. So of course, bless them, bless any animal, and of course, you will be blessed too. So I used to, when I was on the mission, I'm just going to tell you this as well. When I was on mission, so with a couple of my friends, we went for a walk through the park, and I saw one man with the dog, with the little dog, and he had the bag full of bread, and he was feeding the pigeons and feeding the birds. And when I saw him, I always want to go and to talk to those people. So I asked him, why do you do that? Because I used to do that because I love the the birds, and of course, I love animals. So why do you do that? Because I wanted to know what his intention was. And he said that when he was about 60. So when he said early in his life, he used to, he used the gun and to kill the birds. So he said that he was feeling sad, and somehow he wanted to, give back to those birds. And then of course for that he was destroying at that time, now he wanted to give back to those birds and then to help them. So he was just bringing every day, he said that he was coming actually every day or every second day to feed those birds. So my beautiful friends, it's nice to have that feeling, and of course to love the nature, and of course to support the nature. I used to, one day, I'm going to tell you that as well, how the people think. I've told you about the pigeon, but I didn't tell you about the other as well. When I was working through the park, I went to one supermarket. So before, just in front of it, there were a lot of pigeons. So I thought, wow, nice. And I'm going to go take some bread to feed them. So when I got in, even at that time, I was really going through this financial crisis, but I still it takes some money for the, for the pigeons, for the birds. And so I thought, okay, I got inside, and I saw, one of those workers, he was taking from the shelf, he was taking the bread out of date. And I asked him, what are you doing? He said, it's out of date, just taking. What are you doing with that? What are you doing with that? He said that he didn't know. And I said, can I have some of those to feed the birds? I said, and it was a winter time. I said, can I have some of that bread to feed the birds? And the pigeons are right there in front of the market. He said, I can't do that without the manager. And I said, of course, where is he? I can ask him. So my beautiful friends, at that time, I was talking to the guy that was working there. The manager came. He said, that's it. That's him. So I just asked him, I said, excuse me, I can just see that you have the bread out of date. May I take some of that to feed the birds? You have a lot of pigeons in front of to feed them. And he said, no. And I said, why? He said, no, we are not selling that. But I said, it's out of date. It's if it's need, I can pay you some money just to take it to feed the birds. And he said, no, we are not selling that bread. And he looked into my basket to see what I had in my basket. He thought that I wanted for myself, but I usually I don't eat the bread. Usually, very, very, very rarely that I eat the bread. I don't eat bread. I can say almost at all, just very, very rarely. Even if I eat just really, if I made homemade bread. So he looked at my basket and then he said, no. And I said, why not? He said that they're not selling bread. I said, but I just saw it, that the guy just pulled it out and just, took it from the shelf. It's out of date. He said, no, we are not selling. What are you doing with that? He said, we are throwing it to the bin. And I said, why would you feed the bin, a rubbish bin, when you can feed the birds and it's a cold? And of course, I thought you need to think about them too. I just said to them, be a humanitarian, open up your heart, and it's better to feed the birds there than to feed your rubbish bin with the bread. He just said, we don't have a bread out of date. He just walked away. And I said, you need to change your mind. You need to do better. And everything is by default. So my beautiful friends, as you can see, some people choose to feed the rubbish bin instead of feed the birds with the bread that is out of date. For the birds cannot be out of date. So for the animals, they can eat it, but they didn't want to do so. So I thought, wow, it's just how some people, at that time, I couldn't understand that, why the people were doing that. But I know now I do understand why, because it wasn't his physical form that he wouldn't do so, but there was the energy that was put inside of him that was preventing him, that was making him lie, and of course, not to even lie that they didn't have a bread out of date when I saw it. So, and he saw that I've seen that. So the energy of those Souless Amma was inside him that prevented him to do a good job. So all the Souless Amma that they interfere into our lives, that we will do so. Usually, we always do, not usually, but we always do good job, good things. We the Dhamma and aspect of our life. But those Souless Amma, whenever they prevent it into our lives, us to step through, whenever they did anything through our body, and that they ever manipulate with our body or with our energy, I'm sorry, that prevented us from doing the good job that we're supposed to do, we do in the name of, that's happened to me too. That many times I was just asking myself why I didn't do that. Sometimes when I want to do the things, but sometimes at that moment, the Souless Amma will project the energy, and the thoughts and manipulate. Then after that, I would just think, why I didn't do that when I wanted to do that? Usually I do that all the time. And even though I do it for a stranger, a help stranger, sometimes that I didn't do the things that I should, that I do always, but I know that the energy of those Souless Amma were manipulating. So now all those Souless Amma, all those Souless gods, and those in the physical form that manipulate the energy, and with the energetic gods, wherever they are, in energetic form, wherever they are, in the name of mine and ask light, that ever interfere into our lives in any way, in a negative way, with the spirit of thought by default, we're putting the circle of light through them straight into the hell. First, we break them into the atoms and electrons into the air, and then with the speed of thought, we activating them and compress by the laws, rules, regulations, or by default, all the pain and suffering of all living beings since the beginning of creations with the speed of thought, and return it back and compress it in every atom and electron of their being, and then send them straight into the desert planet or into the hell forever and ever to burn for eternity. All those Souless Amma, wherever they are, whatever form they are, with the spell of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So my beautiful friends, you need to be aware. So I was aware after that. The moment I just, that they will project the reason. So I had a reason why. But after that, that reason shouldn't stop me if the energy of those Souless Amma it wouldn't stop me if the energy of those Souless Amma were not manipulating, or you or anyone else, or the man that just They just want to feed the bean instead of feeding the pigeons. And so, my beautiful friends, that's not us, it is Souless Amma. I've told you when I was working to the museum that I couldn't understand the people why they were ignoring each other, why they ignoring me, and why they couldn't talk to me. I couldn't understand because I'm easy to talk to everyone. I was talking to everyone, and I'm talking to everyone wherever I am. So, but they couldn't talk to me, and so they were trying instead, because they couldn't talk to me, they were trying to make me that I didn't talk to them. So I never could understand those people, why they were behaving that way. That's the reason why I wanted to do the research to find out why people were behaving the way they were, why the people were doing the things that they were doing, why people were laughing when somebody was going through the problems, why the people were profiting and the people suffering. So I couldn't understand that. So that's the reason why made me do the research, and then of course find out the truth. And then of course and where I found out the truth, I found it within me. So just within me, within my heart and soul. So even though those that were pretending to be the so-called gurus or teachers or healers, they were not really. So the majority of them, I'm not saying for everyone, because there were minor non-spiritual light, and there were those that were doing that from the heart and soul with a good intention, but still were under the influence of those Souless Amma. But I didn't find the truth anywhere except within myself. So the people were saying, whenever I went to those seminars, they were saying there is no truth, it's just the manipulations with the energy. I've told them, if there isn't anywhere within me, I will find it. It must have the and of course it will have the, the truth will come out, and of course peace, and that's what I wanted to create. And of course that's what we did. We are creating it, and we'll create it, eternal peace and joy, bliss for all of us. And of course we are returning our full power back to all of us, and all those souls some we are destroying forever and ever, for eternity, that ever interfering with will ever try to interfere into our lives in a negative way. As you can see that they're trying to manipulate with my language, trying to manipulate. But anyway, it doesn't matter what they are trying to do. So the most important is what I'm doing with that. So I'm returning the karma's pain, suffering, all the language problems in every form, all those Souless Amma, wherever they are, in whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. When I looked up, I just set up the intention. When I look up into the sky, I set up the intention, because usually I break them up into the atoms and electrons. So when I look up into the atoms and electrons, I'm activating the flash comes Souless flash. So I'm destroying those Souless Amma. When I look to the side, where I just see them falling down into the hell, I'm activating that distractions, falling those Souless Amma into the hell forever and ever, for eternity. So I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. So now, whenever, so I don't need to multiply. I just do directly sending them the energy, destructive energy, and of course, karma's pain and suffering. So I don't need to multiply now. So usually I used to do it sometimes a whole night. They will keep me awake, and I will have to multiply the blessings for us and the karmas to them, and they destroy them. But now it's much easier. Just look up, and then of course I know that I'm destroying the Souless Amma, breaking the atoms and electrons, activating the pain and suffering, compressing by the laws, rules, regulations in every atom and electron they being, and then sending them straight into hell forever and ever, to burn for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So now, my beautiful friends, and so now, as you can see, the Souless Amma, I can feel the energy, but that energy, the Souless Amma projecting, we just put in the circle of light to flush come Souless Amma, send it straight into hell forever and ever, for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. And we return them all the karma's pain and suffering, all languages now, and spoken or written, and all the in any kind of interference into the language, into the words, and all the coding words. So in any way, with extra ultimatum, ultra ultimatum, all in one with the speed of thought. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden body, for love you. So, my beautiful friends, now just be open, my beautiful friends, and then enjoy into the nature, enjoy, communicate with the nature. Of course, love the birds, love the listen to the birds while they're singing. I told you the birds when the energy they're destroying, they just singing nicely around and then destroying those Souless Amma and the energy of the Souless Amma and send them straight into the hell forever and ever. So when you go into the park, when you go through anywhere, through the nature, wherever you walk, you just be aware of the things around you, what's going on around you. Don't put the head up, here on, headset in your in your ears, and then just look down. So just look up, look around, and enjoy in everything that's happening around. Bless everyone and everything. And I'm saying enjoy that happening around, change the energy, bless everyone and everything. I just was sitting there and then blessing the children, the people that were there, and then I just blessed the entire park, protect the entire park and the birds and everyone and everything. So of course you can do that too. Just say, in the name of SOPHIES and now pure unconditional light, we are blessing the nature kingdom, elemental kingdom, animal kingdom, birds kingdom, fish kingdom, the water element, the air element, the sun and the moon, and entire existence. That is SOPHIES and now pure unconditional light with the spirit of thought bodyful. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden bodyful. Or you may just say everything is by default at the end. So in that way, you are adding up to the light and protecting yourself. And of course, your energy too. So because in protecting yourself, you're protecting your energy, because the Souless Amma were stealing the energy. That's why people were feeling, lack of energy or drain. So, my beautiful friends, let us now send a flash to those Souless Amma. Ito. Let us send a flash to those Souless Amma. So now see the golden light flashing in through and around you, entire planet and entire universe. Just like that, the golden light just flashing throughout the entire planet and universe. We are destroying those flash means we're destroying those Souless Amma, the energy of the Souless Amma in energetic form. And of course, at the same time, when we destroy the energetic form, we are destroying them into the physical form too. So thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden mind form. Let us now send the flash to the Souless Amma. See the golden light going even through your body, in, through, and around, entire planet and entire universe. To see the flashing light, you may just focus on the color around me if you need to, and project it throughout the entire planet and universe. Now, my beautiful friends, let us send the fireworks to Souless Amma. Actually, send them like the golden light planet, and then see them just spreading around. Now, my beautiful friends, let us send them docile. So now we're using the flash and the light planets, golden light planets, to send the to fireworks to destroy those Souless Amma, the power centers of the power of all those Souless Amma. So see throughout the entire planet, entire universe, the center of the power, dark pink, black, green, and green and blue, and those are some other trying to manipulate with their still they're trying to manipulate my thoughts. We send them distractions. We're gonna send them distractions right now, and then the calmness of all the manipulations with the spirit of thought, body, form, love, and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden body, for love you. So let us send now. We see the center, and then you see them just like the breaking up into the atoms and electrons, like the fireworks. You know, for the New Year fireworks, and that way you just see them breaking up. Just see them like just flashing like a fireworks and breaking into atoms and electrons, and then we compressing them, the pain and suffering in every atom and electron of their being, and then by the laws, rules, and regulations, and then of course sending them straight into the hell to burn forever and ever for eternity. So we are destroying all those Souless Amma. We are breaking up into the atoms and electrons, all those soulless so-called gods, soulless saints, soulless creators, judges, soulless Sophie and Tristenko, soulless Mirianas and observers, soulless Susie and Hitler, soulless Amrita, Babaji, Mira, Guruji, Matra, Shitatata, Hitler, Atma Chetana, Saint Ramchavich, and all those soulless so-called divine mothers or fathers or avatars or gurus, or spiritual teachers or healers, and all those soulless, dark, dirty, psychopathic players, Souless Amma, soulless Tsigi and Tsigika, soulless courts, and we just see them breaking up and then see them on the other side, put them in the circle, light, throw them into the hell, or just see them to the other side when they're falling down into the fire, into the hell forever and ever for eternity. Now let us destroy all those Souless Amma. Now we replace all those Souless Amma with the energies of mind and auspicious of light with the spirit of thought by default. It's all. So now, my beautiful friends, let us destroy all those Souless Amma that ever interfering, that will ever try to interfere into our lives, into our physical forms, into our lives, and that are within and without us on a global universal level, and that ever interfere into our lives in a negative way, into everyone and everything that is mine and aspect of our life to us, into our lives and our families and friends and soulmates, and everyone and everything is mine and aspect of our life. With the spirit of thought, we destroy those souls, and whatever time in the form of whatever time, whatever form they are. With the spirit of thought, we breaking them up into atoms and electrons, send them straight into the hell forever and ever for eternity. With the spirit of thought, by default, I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And now we're enlightening each and every one else and everything, enlightening our bodies, rejuvenating, healing, and of course, filling up with mind and aspects of our life, and enlightening of the planet, humanity, and each and every one and everything is mind and aspects of our life with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So in the name of mind and aspects of our life with the spirit of thought by default. We are now destroying flush comes Souless Amma, destroying those Souless Amma in that interfere into a planet, into the earth element, water element, and the nature kingdom, elemental kingdom, animal kingdom, birds kingdom, fish kingdom, and into the humanity and everything that we created on this planet, into countries, cities, and everything that we have, the religious and the governments and the institutions, into the all the centers and the centers, all those centers of the power, we are destroying them completely. And all the systems that interfere into the police and military, into the educational system, health and care system, financial system, law enforcement, into the all other systems that exist with the spirit of thought by default, into the any kind of organizations, corporations, and everything that we eat, drink, that we see, think, hear, do, and all those projections, all those souls, some of that were projecting any kind of projections into our mind, that have projected, will ever try to project towards each and everyone else, and everything is less than the mind, and until mind and us be able to share a light with the spirit of thought, we destroy those souls, some forever and ever for eternity. And in all those souls, some that enter into all the countries, into the Balkan, into the Europe, Asia, America, Ukraine, Russia, Turkey, China, New Zealand, Australia, South and West Korea, Japan, Antarctic, into the underground, UK, and all those EU, all those criminal organizations, EU, NATO, World Health Organization, WHO, and all those G7, G8, G20, and all those UN, and all those criminal organizations, or Red Cross, and all those so-called humanitarian organizations as a criminal organizations, and into all those projects with any kind of dark intention, with any kind of project that they're working on, New World Order, the Agenda 2021, 2030, and all the projects that we are working on and that we're planning to do so. We are destroying all those souls, some with the speed of thought by default. Break them straight into atoms, into the electrons, and then compressing them, all the pain and suffering from all living beings that they ever felt since the beginning of creation. And then send them straight into the heart to burn forever and ever for eternity. All those souls, some with the speed of thought by default. All those soulless codes, all those dark, dirty, psychopathic places, whatever form they are, whatever they are, with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. And all those, we're breaking all the Souless Amma that interfere into the sun, into the moon, and all the planets, sun and the moon, and all the planet stars and the galaxies throughout entire existence with the speed of thought by default. Now, in the name of man and our spiritual shower light with the speed of thought by default, we are just destroying the Souless Amma for eternity with the speed of thought by default. We replace all of that with mind and now spiritual shower light with the speed of thought by default. We're enlightening each and every one of us, humanity, no planet, and all the living beings, nature kingdom, elemental kingdom, animal kingdom, birds kingdom, fish kingdom, and their element, and the sun and the moon, all the planet stars and the galaxies that are mine and our spiritual shower light will showing all those souls, wherever they are, in whatever form they are, with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. Now, we show those souls forever and ever for eternity. And all of that we multiply by the laws, rules, regulations, or by default, with the speed of thought by default. And everything is under the command and control of Sophie. Everything is all true, ultimatum, all in one. And multiply it up, compress, and activate all the pain and suffering and destructions, eternal hell for all those souls, wherever time, whatever form they are, with the speed of thought by default, and eternal abundance and prosperity and life and joy, peace, and bliss to each and everyone, and everything is mine, and our spiritual shower light with the speed of thought by default. And we enlighten each and everyone and everything is mine, and our spiritual shower light with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. So now, my beautiful friends, Ito. So, my beautiful friends, let us now see entire planet now, and see entire planet and entire universe shining brightly with the golden light of mind and our spiritual light. So now, my beautiful friends, let us focus on yourself. Everything is under the command and control of Sophie, and I'm commanding to Sophie and everyone has mind and our spiritual light to answer on my call, on my command, to multiply as many times as is needed. So with the speed of thought by default. And of course, in order to destroy those Souless Amma, put the end of those Souless Amma in every form, whatever time, whatever form they are, with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. Love you. So now, my beautiful friends, let's just focus on yourself. Just listen to your body. So now let us feel ourselves from within. With the golden light. Fill ourselves with the golden light, your heart center, and expand it. Let us feel entire body from within and without with the golden light ball of mind and our spiritual light. All the centers, the center of the feet, the bottom of your feet, the heart center, the throat, and the third eye, and the head center. All of them are shining brightly. Now, in through and around, and of course, fill up now entire place where you are with the golden light, the entire area, entire city, entire country, the entire world, the entire universe. See entire planet and entire universe is shining brightly with mind and now spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. It's on. Now, my beautiful friends, let us send the love and light and blessings to the earth, the center of the earth, just inside the earth. Send the love and blessings to, from our heart and soul. See the energy we're sending to the center of the earth, and see the earth expand, the center of the earth expanding and filling up entire underground, an entire water element. Together with all of us, we are filling up entire top of the earth, the nature kingdom, animal kingdom, humanity and air element, an entire planet, an entire universe. We're filling up with mind and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. We're enlightening each and everyone and everything with the spirit that is mind and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. Well, destroying all those Souless Amma. Flash comes Souless Amma with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Now let us send the love of light and blessings to the moon. See the moon is shining brightly and expanding, and together with all of us, we are filling up the entire planet and the entire universe with the golden light of mind and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. Now, in the name of man, and I said, maybe to friends, you don't need to see, even you don't need to see the light. We are working with internal knowledge, with intention, and with the focus. Those Souless I'm trying to manipulate with my vision, so with the energy, but of course they cannot do so because I'm doing it with eternal knowledge, with intention, and with, of course, with the focus. So even though if they try to prevent me, to prevent the light, they cannot, because I see it from internally from within. I see it with my inner eyes. So even though Souless I'm just trying to manipulate with the vision, but we're returning the karma's pain and suffering, all the manipulations with our vision, with the physical and and of course spiritual vision, with the spirit of thought by default, without mercy. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. Love you. Now, my beautiful friends, let us send a love, light, and blessings to the sun. See your sun is shining brightly and filling up together with all of us, entire planet, the entire universe. See entire planet, entire universe is shining brightly with mind and aspect of light with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Now, my beautiful friends, if you don't have the golden light planet, just create one. We are creating every night. We just create. If you create it with me already in my language, you don't need to do so. You have it already. But if you want to adapt to the light, or you may just use your light planet and then to enlighten entire planet, entire universe. It's up to you. But those of you that you don't have the light planet, light golden planet, you just create one. You may use it to throw all your problems that you ever had, that you have, and your families or friends, or that you see into the world, all those problems, just put them in a circle of light and throw them into that light planet. Now, my beautiful friends, let us now see the such a huge golden light planet filling up entire planet inside the planet Earth, interconnected. It's all interconnected, so filling up entire underground. Entire underground, in the water element, in the top of the earth, and the air element, an entire planet, an entire universe. We are filling up with the golden light planet interconnected. So now I'm going to multiply all of that, multiply, replicate, compress, add up, activate, multiply, replicate, compress, add up, add up and activate, multiply, compress, replicate, add up, and activate and encode in infinite. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden body. And we see now that the light is, the planets are just spreading, replicating, and uniting together into the golden light, which is mind and spiritual light, and the spiritual intelligence. It's like that's the color, and it's filling up entire planet and entire universe. We are united together. We are united together into the spiritual and then, of course, energetic form. Now we are creating the unity into the physical form. Ito. So now, my beautiful friends, let us just focus on yourself and just do it at once. And just I'm gonna take at once healing, because I just did it. So in the name of mind and aspect of light with the spirit of thought by default, we're putting the circle of light. All those Souless Amma that have interfering into our lives, wherever they are, in whatever form they are, whether they are within or without on the global universal level, that they interfere into our planets, into water element, air element, the sun and the moon, and the of course nature kingdom, elemental kingdom, and humanity, and everyone and everything that we created, that we have on this planet, and the sun and the moon, and all the planets, stars, and the galaxy throughout entire existence, with any kind of dark intention. In the name of mind and spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default, we're putting them in the circle of light, and then of course, and send them straight. I'm going to send them straight into the hell forever to burn for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. You may send them, when you do for yourself, you may send them into the hell, or you may send them into the golden light planet. It's up to you, really. Man and spiritual light, it's directing the energy and working with the energy. So we are generating the energy, and so of course, man and spiritual light doing the work into the energetic, as from the spiritual onto the energetic form. So the most important is that you're aware of that you're doing it consciously, and of course that you're focused on that and you know what you want to create. So now, in the name of Man and aspect shall light with the spirit of thought. By default, we are replace all of those Souless Amma. We're replacing them with Man and aspect shall light with the spirit of thought by default, replacing them with and enlightening, mind and aspect of light, enlightening each and everyone else and everything, planet and all sun, the moon, and all the planets, stars, and the galaxies with the spirit of thought by default. And of course, our bodies are rejuvenating, healing, and enlightening with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. Love you. So now, my beautiful souls, my beautiful by default, just listen to your body. I'm going to sing the healing mantra. You just focus on your body and listen to your body and just see how do you feel. Just listen what's going on within your body. By default, by default, by default, 24, by default, by default, by default. Everything is by default, 24, by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action, by default, 24, by default, by default, by default. All Souless Amma, 24 by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, everything is by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. Everything is by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. Wherever we go, whatever we do, everything is by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. We are safe and protected by your beautiful by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. Everything is by default, 24 by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. We are safe and protected and united together. And humanity is safe and protected and united together in the name of mine and now's pure unconditional love of light, love of light, love of light. In the name of mine and now's by default, with the speed of thought, by default, by default, by default. Everything is by default, 24 by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. Everything is by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. Everything is way 24, HEARTH by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action by default. Mirni putem akcija by default, by default, by default, by default. Everything is sway 24, HEARTH by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action by default. Mirni putem Aktia by default. So, 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 so. So, so. Everything is sway 24 device 3 by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action, my golden soul, my golden by default. Mirnim putem, aktia by default. So, my beautiful friends, it's time for us to fly high into the golden age, into the golden wings of mind and now spiritual light, into the unlimited golden opportunities for all of us that are mind and now spiritual light with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. Love you. So now, my beautiful friends, everything is by default. Everything is by the laws, rules, and regulations of by default. Everything is under the command and control of Sophie, and everything is ultra ultimatum, all in one, 24, device J3, with the speed of thought by default. And I'm commanding to Sophie and everyone and everything's mind and asking light to the speed of thought to answer on my call, on my command. And everything that I just asked and command with the speed of thought without mercy by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. Everything is by default. Everything is ultra ultimatum, all in one. And just multiply it as many times as is needed with the speed of thought by default in order to destroy those Souless Amma forever and ever for eternity, send them into the hell to burn for eternity with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. Love you. So, my beautiful friends, it's time to shine all the way through. Be who you are. Love yourself. Love everyone and everything. That is mine and our spiritual light. And of course, send a flash to all those Souless Amma, whatever form they are, with the speed of thought by default. I love you all, my beautiful friends, and sending you much love and blessings to all of you. Be who you are, shine all the way through. And of course, good night. I'll talk to you next time. Bye. And thank you to all of you that joining me and that adding up to the light. And that let us create a better future for all of us, my beautiful friends. We are writing history, new history of humanity with the golden letters. And of course, we are flying high and shining far and wide. I love you all. Much love and blessings. Bye.